Welcome to my channel. This is the Star Alchemist back at you with another video. Now, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it to others who would like this information. Because here I am to occult knowledge, decoding, astrology, science, and the spiritual stuff. I'm all for it. I'm all with the spiritual stuff. So in this video, I'm going to be decoding the Matrix 4. If you haven't seen it, uh, don't watch this video. If you have not seen the Matrix 4, do not watch this video. But if you want to see the what I think about it, the review, the meanings behind the stuff, stick around. All right, I think the movie was really good. I think the movie was really well written. It was really deep on certain aspects if you got the meaning behind certain things. It starts with, all right, Neo, he is like stuck in a simulation. He's stuck in a simulation and he forgets everything. He doesn't know where he's at. And with this, I see a lot of people who are at a certain level. They think they're here. They think they're, even me, like even after all these years, I can get stuck in sometimes in a simulation. I could get stuck in a certain matrix and kind of forget who I am until I have to remember, or until someone, you know, has to like remind me. So him being stuck in his own simulation kind of got him into a tower moment. Like, wait, I was this powerful person. I was doing all these things, and now I'm stuck in this tower moment. This, the word thing, like hermit mode. He was really in this hermit mode, but stuck in sleeping. He didn't know. Like, he was going to this therapist who would keep telling him, no, let's get back to reality, get back to reality. And this guy, he represented his therapist. He had like red on. I noticed he had the red glasses on that symbolized, he had the blue or red. He had like a certain color glasses on that represented the pills that he was taking. The red or green pill, you live and you learn, or the blue pill. So he was representing the Matrix because he was the glitch in the Matrix. He was kept the simulation going. It kept him in the loop. And one thing that I seen, I don't know if everybody else seen, but it was a cat. Now the cat represented like the dark, waking up energy, like dark energy, and a reminder of him going back to that, because the therapist simulation guy, he didn't have all the power to actually control the matrix. He had to use the divine source, that was the cat, as a way to keep the matrix kind of like, well, keep Neo in the matrix, like sleeping. So I saw that, I was like noticing that, and there was a bell that the cat had on that would bring him back. That kind of like hit hit the subconscious mind to go back to sleep, or as a reminder as well. It could go back and forth. So that's like hypnosis, where they had Neo under like this hypnosis. Like, he remembered, but he was watching his life, but he didn't remember. He's like, I'm just making the video game. And the symbolize the crazy thing that was happening was he was programming the Matrix. They had him programming the Matrix. They had him thinking that he created the Matrix, the game. It was like in the game, in the simulation, but he was stuck in the Matrix. But sometimes we get stuck in the Matrix because where we're making our thoughts, like our negative thoughts, our belief systems, can get us stuck within a matrix. It could get us stuck in the matrix. It could have us in like a depressive state. It could have us in a toxic situation because we're creating that. So in his mind, he's like, I'm decoding all these things. I'm just a video game decoder. But it was the Matrix. He made the Matrix 1, 2, and 3 that were video games. But it was really him. It was really the Matrix 1 and 2 and 3, the movies that he played out, that he did. He was like, this is familiar. This is really familiar. And then he started, every time he started to remember, the therapist would bring him back, or everyone else would bring him back into the loop. Like, no, you gotta come back. Nope, you gotta come back. Nope, you gotta come back. So a lot of people are waking up, but they have some people bringing them back, bringing them back. See, I decode movies and apply it to real life. Because if you're just gonna decode for fun or decode just to decode, no, I'm bridging the gap. I'm bridging the gap between the movie and how to apply it now. So you may be awakening, but be around people who are like agents or whatever to kind of bring you back to a sleeping state or like you're not aware. So be careful. Know that you're aware. Know that you you're that master, and don't let society or the people around you who don't kind of agree with you bring you back. That's what was they were showing. So he was in that loop, right? So they had, at this point, Morpheus was not Morpheus. Morpheus passed on, but they kind of programmed and coded him in this kind of simulated computer program, like a hologram. He was really like a hologram, but he was full figure. Like he could touch, he could grab, but he was a computer. He was a software. It was like his consciousness was still there, but it was in a different thing. Cause he's like, wait, so Morpheus just became a program after he, left, but it was just a different person. It would represent, he represented the same, you know, mission to wake up Neo again, but it just changed slightly. It just came in a different form. It came in a different form for, you got to come in a different form. Sometimes you got to change. You can't always be the same. You got to shed and kill these things off. So I saw that as Morpheus transforming into another version to outlast everything else. So this, like the computers and stuff like that, the technology that they was working with is going to advance their life. It wasn't trying to take over. A lot of people were scared, like, oh, the computers are going to take over. No, 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 no. In this story, the computers were really working alongside the humans. Like the machines and the humans were together and kind of advancing and not battling and trying to fight and stuff like that. So I take this now because spirituality and technology are the same thing. It's just advanced technology. There's nothing to be scared of. Cannot take over anything. It just could advance certain things. And if you use it to your advantage, you can take off. You could use this, you could use a phone, you could use this to this, but always have a balance between, you know, spirituality and technology and, the nature and whatever computer you're using. Like trying to have a balance between that. Balance is good. All right, so at this point, they're trying to wake up, wake up Neo again, waking up Neo again, because he's stuck in here. So they got the team, the old team. Well, this is the new team. They have a new team. No, the old people are long gone because this is like years and years and years. And Neo never aged. Neo never aged. So this really was showing me that you don't age if you're if you're certain on a certain frequency in a certain vibration. You cannot. You're like you're like infinite. Your energy is infinite if you're kind of stuck in the state. Um, if you don't think you're Asian, if you just live in life, but you are aware of yourself, you don't really age. You just keep that kind of source code energy within you, and then you always knowing. No matter if you awaken or not, if you're like, oh, I'm not Asian, oh, I'm just this, or I'm I'm that. You're never going to really age. You're really never going to like change. You might transform. You might transform, but you might age backwards. Just depends on your mind. Really depends on your mind. So they try to wake him up. At this point, they like, remember, we're not here to fight you or nothing, because the agents was coming too. They was coming at the same time. It was like they went back to the first movie. They really went almost back to the first movie, and it was kind of crazy. It was like, wait, I remember this, but every time he would try to remember, that therapist guy would come back up. Like, nope, because he was a glitch. He was a glitch, and it was trying to keep him from remembering. It was like battling his mind, the battle of the minds. This was the battle of the minds. Who could get to Neo's mind first? Who could persuade him? That's what it is now. Battle of the minds. Battle of the minds. And this time, they didn't use phones. This time, they did not use phones. They used mirrors. Mirrors are portals. They were using portals. They was upgrading the technology. The technology was upgrading. They could actually speak to them there. They didn't have to like get on comms and get on phones to keep in contact. They actually had contact like with the subconscious mind. Like they was like, oh, hey, go here or go there, or like they only had like one text message like in the beginning. That was like one. That was it. But ever since that, they were just communicating through the mirrors, and they was communicating right there, like the spirits is like right here, like, but they not there. They was like in another matrix. They was right here. So you can contact people with your minds. I think they were showing that like you can go through mirrors and go to the other side and go through portals and stuff like that. So everything was upgraded. Everything is upgraded in these things in this movie. And Neo was not as strong, but he was the first to awaken because him and Trinity was there. This is another code. They showed twin flame energy. They showed twin flame energy because they are twin flames. Because Neo was the one, but they was like, we don't believe in the one. Like, are you the one really? Are you the one? He wasn't the one until he had to connect with Trinity. But the computer, the software knew. The whatchamacallit, the trickster. I'm gonna call him the trickster. He knew. The trickster, the glitch, he knew. He knew that they were more powerful together than separate. And they was feeding off of both of them while they was in the pods together. But if they got too close, it'll destroy everything. So